Patrick Davis and Chuck Flynn with Mud Boss Video, standing by with the driver of the 14C Billingsley Towing UMP Modified, Alan Crowder. Alan, tell us a little bit about 2014 for you so far.
I've been at home for most of 2014. I got out early, broke a lifter in my motor, so it's been like 7 weeks. Just got the car out last night, shook it down up at Farmer City, run 10th, which up there is not too bad, so hopefully tonight we can do a little better.
I'll say, yeah, that trouble like that early in the season, even though as bad as it can be, it's usually sometimes better to happen then because you can at least have time to get the car put back together and maybe go out and try and finish out the second half of the season. What are your plans for the second half of the season?
Same as always. I just try to race as much as I can. Your most important race is the race that night, and then if you can go the next night, you go, and if not, you take a week and regroup. A couple summer national races in the area coming up I'd like to try to hit, but I'm always tied to a difficult work schedule, so that's part of it. And I got a new grandbaby girl any day now, so hard to say how that's going to affect it too.
I'll say, yeah, there's been a lot of kids among racers this year. This winter was pretty good for that. But but regarding the rest of this season, like you said, you're going to race pretty much wherever you want to go, kind of whenever you can. I know it takes a lot of sponsors to make this happen. Who have you got to thank on the side of your race car that helps make this happen for you?
Number one, horsepower by Superglide. Kev, he does a good job on my car. We work together on both cars and such. He really been over and put his car aside to get mine back together here this week. So got to thank him. Race Trans Logistics, Soy City Sock, Kirby at Decatur Scale, Morel Disposal, Mud Boss Video, the number one man, raiding my cooler every night. Larry Bunning's been a huge help on this car here. He's kind of the Pierce guru in the area. He got me into Pierce's shop this winter. I got to pick Bob's brain on some stuff. And anytime you can do that with a Hall of Famer, come out of there with some pieces to do a little update to the car, just unreal. So that's the main ones.
If anybody wants to know a little bit more about what your racing schedule looks like or how you're doing, where we go look?
Facebook.com/Big Al. No, Alan Crowder, like me, hit me up. Got a lot of friends on there. Always good to hook up with more race fans.
There you have it. Driver of the 14C Billingsley Towing UMP Modified here at Macon Speedway, Alan Crowder. Patrick Davis and Chuck Flynn of Mud Boss Video, standing by with a driver pulling double duty tonight, driving an old Jim Leka UMP Modified in the B-Mod class tonight, and also his 57R Street Stock, Tom Ree. Tom, this B-Mod's a new experience for you. I know the Street Stock isn't, though. You've had a lot of laps around here in that Street Stock.
Yeah, we race the Street Stock quite a bit. The B-Mod's fun, though. We're learning it. We're getting used to it, and it's kind of the same with the Street Stock. It's a learning thing. It's kind of like the Sportsman is to us. We quit racing that, but we've got one of these, and we're going to see how we do in that, see how that goes.
I'll say, you've had a lot of laps around here. Out of all those laps around here, what would be your favorite memory so far at Macon Speedway to date?
I think winning the first feature here at Macon. We did that with a car that we built ourselves, in the garage. Just me and my uncle and my cousin, we built that one from scratch. It was our car. And being able to win a feature in that one was a pretty good experience. Winning any feature is fun, but doing it something you built yourself is that's a lot of fun.
What would you say would be a successful night in each of the cars tonight?
We shoot for a top 5 in the Street Stock. That's pretty easy in the B-Mod as long as it stays running right now. Hopefully we get a lot more of those cars here. But yeah, top 5s are decent. I mean, we got some good Street Stocks here, fast cars, and anytime you can run, as long as you're running with them, you're doing pretty good here at Macon.
Absolutely. And as we know, it takes not only a lot of hard work, but it takes some sponsor dollars to help make this happen. Who helps make Reach Racing go on a weekly basis?
Actually, my aunt and uncle, it's their car, all of their cars. They help out the most. If it wasn't for them, I'm not racing at all. And we have, so that's J&J Motorsports. ATS is on the side of the car. We do our own graphics, Grove City Graphics. Yeah, it's pretty much my family, though. they help out the most. You know, and my cousin standing over here, he's out there working on it even when I can't be there. So it's really a family effort. That's what gets it done.
There you have it. Driver of the UMP B-Mod and UMP Street Stock, number 57R down here at Macon Speedway, Tom Ree. Patrick Davis and Chuck Flynn of Mud Boss Video standing by with the driver of the number 36 UMP Super Late Model from Assumption, Illinois, Andrew Barnes. Andrew, hey, talking to you here just a little bit ago. This is your second night on this car so far, and the first one was the Lucas Oil race down here earlier this year. This has been a big jump for you so far, jumping into the Super Late Model. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we had a kind of a rough start. We had a Rayburn car that we were running, and it was good early in the night, and we were struggling a little once it got slick, and we got hooked up with this Victory Circle car, and we've got two nights on it, and we've been a lot better. It seems like once it slicks off, I mean, we're a lot more consistent, and the car's a lot more drivable.
So you've kind of bounced around in classes throughout the years here at Macon, kind of moving your way up. Tell us a little bit about kind of how you've gotten to where you are today.
Yeah, I started out in the modified class. My uncle Butch Garner had a car, and he set me up with it, and it was a pretty good start. And then Brian Sunderland had a modified, and I started driving it for him. And then we kind of partnered up and got this late model, and gonna try and give it a go, see what we can do. Hopefully it turns into something better. So
I'll say your first night out at Jacksonville last night, first time even seeing the racetrack, and you definitely picked it up quite a bit from where you did here at the Lucas show here earlier in the year. Car looked really good. What do you think about your chances down here tonight for 50 laps?
Yeah, last night it was pretty good. The track was a little rough, but we managed top 10 and was happy with that. And I know Sargent, he usually has a pretty good smooth track here, so we're hoping to qualify good and start up front and basically shoot for a top 5, see if we can't stay in the top 5 and come out of here without anything tore up.
So we know this deal always takes a lot of hard work and a lot of money. Who helps kind of back your racing program, kind of helps keep you at the racetrack every week?
Well, me and Brian Sunderland are partners in on the car and the engine, and we got Chad Lay helps us out, Brad Durbin. Those are the guys that kind of keep the wrenches turning, and basically we put most of the money into it ourselves. We're looking for a couple bigger sponsors, you know, but they're hard to come by. But Shannon Babb, he helped me out with the car, and he kind of gives me a lot of advice and helps keep me going in the right direction. So hopefully we can get it where we're running consistently up front and see what happens.
If anybody wants to know a little bit more about where you're racing, how you're doing, what your future plans are, where can we go to look?
Well, we have a Facebook, Barnes Power Plants, for the go-kart engine business I do. We kind of keep that updated with the late model racing, and we're going to run any night they have us here. We'll be here at Macon, and we're going to shoot for the Big Ten Series. Other than that, it's just kind of hit and miss wherever we have time to go.
There you have it. Driver of the UMP Super Late Model, number 36 from Assumption, Andrew Barnes, here at Macon Speedway.